Hi, I'm Emily again, and this is part two of the Making Homes Affordable and Loan Modification video. Does this seem fair to anybody? How the banks almost attempt to string people along and make it seem like they might get a loan modification and give everyone the runaround, when most data says that the banks would prefer to take your property, and because they'd make more money on it. In truth, the banks have a formula called the NPV where they decide how whether or not you would get a loan modification or refinance. Basically, it decides whether or not they will make more money getting your home, taking your home and foreclosing on you, if they'll make more money on the modification. Well, the fact of the matter is they make more money foreclosing. A lot of people have homeowners or mortgage insurance, and so they're not going to lose a lot of money based on what you have not paid. They'll get paid through the insurance, and the government's incentive is for them to get $500 about to attempt to modify, and then actually when they modify the loan, they get $1,500. Not a lot to the bank when they can get $350,000 to foreclose on your property if you have mortgage insurance. So of course they can do what they can to lead you around and look like they're actually following the government's rules and regulations, but in fact they're not. This is a program that's supposed to help over 4 million Americans. They say of the people who have actually heard about the program, only 7% of them, very small number, have actually received modifications. And some of those modifications are only several $100s less versus the 31% of your income that it is said to be doing. And for us personally, it's only through our faith that we're able to continue the struggle to keep our home. But after using all of our savings and making our payments on time, trying to do the right thing, we have already incurred debt on our credit card, which before we paid it off every month. And it wasn't like we got in over our heads. We bought our home 3 years ago. We were offered $450,000 loan to us. We knew we could never make those payments. So, unfortunately, in Hawaii, the going rate for a small two-bedroom house was $350,000 2 years ago, and this is way out in the country, an hour from civilization, where the closest grocery store is 45 minutes away, and that grocery store is extremely expensive. The Safeway, which is less expensive, is over, almost an hour and a half away from us. I have to drive my son to school 30 minutes every day, which is more money. And we went for the more modest house. We took $100,000 less. We were able to make ends meet with my husband's carpenter. I mean, they make decent money here in Hawaii, and he was quite busy and good at what he did. It was only 9 months ago that he lost his job, and he's a union carpenter, so he's number 278 on the bench. And that means there are 277 people in front of him that get offered a job that comes up first. I'm sorry, there's over 500 on the bench. He just is number 278 of out-of-work carpenters currently. Plus, my daughter was born in January, and that made our money much tighter. I wasn't able to work after that. I worked with special needs children and had to quit my job because I couldn't pay for childcare. But we were still able to make it just fine each month based on his salary. We didn't plan for the unemployment, and this is where we're at, along with so many other Americans. But it's not fair that the government bailed out all of these banks, and now when Americans are told that they're going to be getting help by these Making Home Affordable programs, In fact, they're getting the runaround, causing so much frustration. Waiting on the phone with those bureaucracies seriously takes years off one's life. Anybody knows that, just trying to deal with a cable company or a phone company. It's the same thing with this. You try and call these HUD counselors that are supposed to help you, and you do the same thing. I had to wait a month to get an appointment with them, and you keep calling every day. You have to wait on the phone 45 minutes, and they're supposed to help you with other options or help you with your lender, and I haven't found it to be helpful. All of the nonprofit agencies are supposed to be helping us are so overrun with people that are losing their homes and need such help that they're not really able to help anyone either. If anyone can help or facilitate bridging the gap between this financial situation or navigating Wells Fargo's maze of requirements and loopholes in their eligibility standards, and help it all without charging a fee to do so, please email us at the following address, and that is cchawaii10@yahoo.com. And please, the only way this is going to change is if we as Americans stand up, contact our elected officials who promised to help us and who we elected to be on our side. Contact your local senators and representatives. Let them know that you want genuine help to keep our houses, to be able to feed our children. Let's actually come up with a program that qualifies people and makes their homes actually affordable, or regulate the Making Home Affordable program more so than the current regulation, which the regulators call up the lenders and tell them what day they're coming. That's not regulating. When they know when you're coming, they can get all their ducks in a row. Let's stop talking about it. Go into your state's government site. You'll be able to find out who your elected officials are and their emails. Email them. Let them know that you're not going to stand for it anymore. And the more emails we send, the more people that do this, the more likely that something is going to change. And we deserve change. We need change. And we need for the banks to quit pretending like they're helping people and leading people on a wild goose chase. Let's be honest. Nobody's getting the help they need, and it's time to stop. Please, please, please contact your local congressmen, your local senators, and let them know. Call them, email them, write them a letter. Let them know that we will not stand for this anymore. Thank you, and good luck in your situation.